In the film It's a Wonderful Life, character Violet Bick ambushes the film's somber protagonist, George Bailey, and asks him where he's headed as he broods about his life on a walk. His response? I'll probably end up down at the library. He's making the journey. He's getting his steps in. The library is a building, and it's staying right where it is. But what if you can't end up down at the library when you want to? Fortunately, Applegate Valley patrons have a bit more of a lifeline. Jackson County Library Services makes regular treks out to them at the Applegate Evening Market, bringing a few services with them that have made for a significant impact.
I was out at a business event in the Applegate and chatting with Kate Bangeloff, who was their business resources coordinator at the time. And this was back in 2023. And she said, we're going to have a farmer's market this summer here at Longsword Winery. That's her vineyard. She said, but one of our problems is we have terrible cell service in this area. And that limited the vendor's ability to offer contactless payment. And I said, well, what about the DART? And she said, what's that? And so I explained that the DART was a mobile library hotspot, a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot that we could bring out, and it would provide Wi-Fi for the vendors. And she loved that idea. And so that's how our partnership was born. And as the market has moved, we've been able to move with them because the DART is mobile. The Applegate is a fascinating and beautiful place, but it's also a very rural place. So there aren't really a lot of public gathering spaces. And so the market is really one of the few places where a crowd of people can gather in the Applegate area. They're busy all day long working on their land, trying to earn a living from the land. And so they don't have time for a lunchtime brown bag. You know, the whole structure of how you get people to come in to the library and learn about the library is totally different out there. And so taking advantage of this opportunity where a crowd of people is gathered together who maybe aren't regular library users, and it gives us the opportunity to have some fun, have some casual chats with folks, gradually introduce them to the idea that the library is not just a book warehouse, that it's got services they can take advantage of. It has information that they need to help them grow their business or reach their economic goals as adults.
One of the goals is extending access to the library. The Applegate Market allows us to physically go somewhere. And I think that's fantastic. I think a lot of folks think of the library as kind of a stationary building, when in reality, the library is everywhere. The library is a part of the community. And this is a prime example of us being able to get out into the community in a space that's away from where you would traditionally think we are, and really be a part of that community.
This spring, Jamie said, we're going to have chef demos. Do you think that the library could help us record them so that we could use that for outreach and also get the word out to the folks who maybe couldn't be at the market that day? It not only highlights local artisan expertise, but it also highlights library resources. I mean, our overarching mission is to connect people with the information they need to live their lives. And so there's a lot of information that's in books, but there's also a lot of information that's in people's heads. And so bringing that together, you can learn to make salmorejo from Keith, the chef in the demo, but we also have a lot of cookbooks that are based on making use of summer's bounty. We also have a lot of appliances you can use to enhance your kitchen practice in the Library of Things. So it enables the market to highlight some of the resources they have there, but also lets the library highlight some of the resources we have for incorporating more vegetables in your diet, improving your kitchen skills. We also have seed libraries. So if you're interested in growing some of your own food, you could get some seeds from the library. All these things that people never think about the library as a resource for. And now we can highlight them with the chef demo.
For me personally, I love seeing the cooking video. It kind of inspired me to go do it myself. And so, as a member of the community, I felt immediately engaged.
Keith makes it look simple because he's very, very good at what he does. There is no better teaching tool than somebody just showing you how to do it. Part and parcel of this effort to outreach to the Applegate community is our efforts to support entrepreneurs in the Valley.
Work with ways to market and distribute their products. I know markets are a really popular place to do that, especially for folks who are getting started up. And, we're able to connect with those people where they are and then, invite them to utilize our resources and our services after that.
The economic climate is changing. The actual climate is changing. And so one of the things that I emphasize in my role as business librarian is supporting the entrepreneurs who are out there, helping them grow and thrive in their businesses. We're trying a new program this year called the Rural Entrepreneur in Residence. What we have done is recruit 2 local, very successful entrepreneurs, Dawn Tipping and Colleen Milligan, to give back to the community and mentor some of the other small businesses. But they're also offering workshops to the public. And these are based out at the Applegate Library. That's part of what we do with community engagement, is we take the library out and meet people where they're at. And so once again, just like the chef demo, we are leveraging not only the expertise in books, I can show them how to use library tools, but we're also leveraging the local expertise that is in Dawn and Colleen's head. So bringing those 2 together is what's really gratifying about this program. I encourage local business owners to check them out, either through the Greater Applegate website or through the library website.